What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So today you may see him outside for this video. It's freezing out, so please drop a like for me. This is going to be the present video in my past, present, and future New Year's vlog series. So if you guys haven't seen the past video yet, pause this really quick, go back to last week's video, go check it out, and then come back. I'll see you in a minute if you have to do that. I'll wait, I'll give you some time. All right, guys, it is currently 31 degrees. 31 degrees, absolutely brick outside. But this is my favorite chill spot. This is like one of my all-time favorite chill spots. I mean, can't beat it. But today is probably the video I was looking forward to making the least. The present video, because it's what's going on right now. Talking about the past is very easy because it's already happened. You can kind of reckon with whatever has happened. The future, it's unknown, so you can speculate all you want. Doesn't really matter. Whatever is going to happen is going to happen. But the present is right now. The present is what is already happening, what you're going through at the current moment. So this is probably going to be the deepest video that I'm going to make out of the three. But the future video is going to be something I've never done on camera. So again, make sure next week you tune in because it's going to be really cool. I'm excited to see what happens. You guys will see next week. Wow, it's so cold, dude. The wind is insane. I have some notes right here for the present video that I just wanted to read over and just kind of go through with you guys today. Because there's a lot on my mind, you know, in terms of what's going on right now, and kind of leads into the future video as well. But so right now I do content creation full time. So I do YouTube with both this channel and Haunted Nights, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, all the social medias pretty much. So if you don't follow me anywhere else, make sure you drop down below, check out all the links down below. I do live streams on TikTok, on Twitch regularly. I post 2 or 3 times a week on Instagram. I post all the time on Twitter as well. And being a full-time content creator definitely has its perks. You know, working for myself, having my own business, setting my own schedule is awesome. I've worked a 9 to 5, you know, albeit only for like 4 or 5 years, if that. Math, hold on. Yeah, for like 4 or 5 years, you know, between summer jobs, between working with my parents and having my own job. I've done the whole 9 to 5 thing, or the 8 to 4 was my preferred shift, but you know, it wasn't really something I enjoyed all that much. I don't really like being micromanaged. You know, I feel like if you give me a task, then you should expect that I can do the task and go out and do it on my own. So being able to set my own schedule and my own workflow is pretty awesome. Some days it sucks quite a lot because, you know, if I'm feeling lazy or if I'm having a bad day or whatever, sometimes getting out of bed and doing what I need to do day to day sucks. As a general rule, I would say that it has more perks than negatives, but there are some negatives that I really wanted to address today. So being a content creator on my level is very frustrating because if you look at my social media platforms like Instagram, I have 28,000 subs. Twitter, I have just under 17,000. Twitch, I have like 500. It's like, you know, followings don't translate well to different social media platforms. Starting out on Haunted Nights, like that's something that you kind of learn. You know, you see all these bigger channels and they'll have a ton of followers on YouTube, and then they have a ton of followers on Instagram, they have a ton of followers on Twitter. It doesn't translate the same, you know, if you're not at like a larger level on YouTube. You know what I mean? As a result, a lot of my content is not monetized. Like I'm working to get YouTube monetized. We're chipping away. So if you guys want to help me out in getting the channel monetized, please go back, rewatch old videos, watch videos you may have missed, drop a like, share with your friends. All the good stuff helps out a ton. Will help me do more really cool adventures and go out and do some crazy videos on this channel. Bro, I might have to pack it up and bring it to the car, honestly. It's so freaking windy, and I'm assuming the audio is going to be really bad. So I'm going to pack this up and head to the car. Just give me a second. All right, as you can see, I'm in the office now. I ended up having to move out of Lake George because they have this thing called the Winter Carnival going on. So there's a ton of people like working around me. Felt like I was in the way. Whatever. I'm home now. Let's continue. So as I was saying, it's kind of frustrating being where I am in terms of content creation because it's like I have a decent following. Like I have good numbers on pretty much every social platform, and it's tough to get brands to interact with you. It doesn't matter how many followers you have until you get to like hundreds of thousands or millions of followers. Most brands won't touch you, which is kind of frustrating. Now, granted, I don't have like a social media kit, like one of those pictures that creators usually have, so that's on me. That's my bad. I'm doing that moving into 2025. That is one thing. I have a goal for myself to go through my analytics and make a creator kit so I can hopefully start getting some either brand deals or sponsorships or something of the sort. Just recently, we started doing them for Haunted Nights because Haunted Nights is just hit 90,000 subscribers today, which is incredible. Thank you guys for all the support on the ghost hunting videos. It's been an insane journey, and it's just been a wild ride. So as a result of me not having sponsorships or brand deals or whatever, it's tough in terms of money. Like I hate bringing up money, I hate bringing up financials because I do live a very awesome life in that I can set my own schedule. I pick when I want to wake up for the day, I pick what I want to do for the day. Most days, as you saw in the day in the life video, if you guys haven't watched that, make sure you go back and check that out. Most of the time, I wake up at whatever time. I might have some errands to run, might have to run to the store. Recently, I've been having car trouble, so I spend a lot of time at O'Reilly's and in different shops. But a lot of the times, I just wake up, maybe go to the store, go to the gym, donate plasma, go home, stream. It's a good life. But not having sponsorships, not having brand deals, not having monetization on my reels or anything on Instagram or on TikTok. I'm not in the creator fund or whatever it's called. So as of right now, the only income that I have is from your guys' generosity, literally. I do not get paid for the Haunted Nights events. I do not take a check from YouTube. That all goes back into the channel. This channel is not monetized, as I was just speaking about. So if you guys want to help me out, do me a big favor, like this video, share it out, or share your favorite video with one of your friends. Make sure you're subscribed. And we're working on getting this channel monetized. So hopefully I'll be able to do some really crazy adventures and film some awesome content for you guys to watch. But the only way I've been able to continue content creation is out of your guys' generosity. Subscribing on Twitch, on Instagram, on TikTok, gifting on any of these platforms, YouTube, everything you've done for me on YouTube. The only reason I'm able to continue content creation is literally just because you guys are incredibly generous. We have an awesome community, and you're directly supporting my dreams here. But if you didn't know, these platforms that host these subscriptions, they also need to make money. So they take a cut of the subscription, and after going to the store, buying protein shakes, buying food, paying my car insurance, all these other random bills that come up or problems that come up, car troubles, by the time I spend all the money trying to rectify these issues, I've actually lost money. So the past probably 2 years, year and a half, 2 years, I've been hemorrhaging money. We had a really good stint on TikTok where we were making a good amount of money doing consistent ghost hunting live streams and battles. But it seems like with TikTok going away, we don't really have the opportunity to stream on platforms like that. And how TikTok is set up is just genius. Like how accounts are able to blow up so quickly off of one video or one good live stream. I haven't found that on another platform. And I hate talking about financial issues because I don't want to sound ungrateful. I've seen 36 of the US states. I didn't dream that I was going to see 5 or 10. You know what I mean? I've had some awesome experiences. I've seen places that people could only dream of. I've lived experiences that people could only dream of. I have some of the coolest friends. But at the same time, I can't really live outside of that. When I'm not on the road, when I'm home, I'm looking at every single transaction with the knocks again, bro. I'm telling you, whoever's in this office is liking me talking about this sort of stuff, or they wanna say something. Maybe I'll have to do a ghost hunt, do some EVPs in here or something, see what they have to say. But anyway, since I've just been losing money the past 2 years, I really have no room to live or grow. When I come home, like I can't get my own house. You know what I mean? My car, it's an older car. I mean, it still runs. I'm gonna run it until it dies. But if I have something major happen, if the transmission goes, if the engine cuts out, if something big happens and it requires a lot of labor or a ton of parts, I'm screwed. And it's like I beat myself up a lot about it because I could be doing more. I could be posting daily on every single platform. I could be live streaming multiple times a day. I could be doing something different. But I've found historically, the more I post, I get less followers, I get worse interaction. So, I've kind of stuck to the 2 to 3 times on Instagram. I try to do once daily on TikTok, once daily on Twitter. And even then, sometimes interaction isn't always there because of the algorithm. Maybe the post doesn't resonate, whatever the issue is. And right now, I'm in a position where I'm reevaluating my Army contract because that expires over the summer. The job that I'm in right now, the unit that I have, is wonderful. They work with me all the time when I have a convention coming up or when I have a big event, maybe a filming opportunity that comes up. They work with me. I can RST, I'll come in, I'll help them out with an inventory or something, and I'm able to miss drill for that month. But at the same time, I feel like I could be doing more. I really want to challenge myself. There's some really awesome schools that I'd love to go to. There's an MOS that I've been looking at that I might end up transferring to, but that would take months away from content creation. I would have to go to another school. I'm not sure if I'd have my phone. Depends on where I go for it. If it's an abbreviated course, if it's the full course. And it's like I could just quit tomorrow. I could stop posting videos. This series would obviously never be finished, but I could just stop posting videos. I could go put in a packet for the army. I could go AGR. I could go active duty. I could do something in that vein and live out the rest of my days with an army career. Or I can keep doing social media. Maybe the next video that I post is going to blow up and financials are never going to be an issue for me again. But as of right now, that's not the reality. And it's like right now I'm 22. So as of recording in December of 2024, I'm 22 years old. I'm 23 in April. So I'm young. But you hear both sides of the aisle. You know, you're young, you can take risks, go off, live your life. Experiences are great. You're going to remember these for the rest of your life. And then you hear the other side of the aisle that says, man, if you're not making money right now, just think about when you're working when you're 85 because you didn't save money. You know, you wasted away your young years. So it's like I battle back and forth daily just thinking about what if 2 years from now I'm still doing content creation, I still am not making money or I'm losing money. And, I finally decide then I'm going to go into Homeland Security. I'm going to go into a law enforcement career path. I'm going to do what I could have done 2 years earlier. You know what I mean? And social media has helped me out a lot. So if I were to stop posting, it's like I've had some great experiences. I have some great friends that I've made through social media. It has helped me with my reclusiveness in my public speaking. Like I'm sitting in front of a camera right now. When I was growing up, no, there's no way I would have done that. But there have been a lot of positives that have come out of social media either way. All the experiences, all the travel, all the friends that I've made, all the memories, public speaking. But at the same time, losing money and not moving anywhere in my life stresses me out quite a lot. It's like I go through cycles of just hopelessness. Like, I'm making no money on social media. This is not going to work out. I can't keep doing this long term. It's not going to work out. I need to get a day job. But if I get a day job, I can't do events. And that's when we do most of our filming for Haunted Nights. If we don't film for Haunted Nights, then the YouTube channel is going to die. If I don't film for my personal channel, that channel is going to die. Then I'm going to have to quit social media and just give up on the dream entirely. As you can see, it's pretty easy to spiral. And again, I hate talking about this topic because I feel like I'm being ungrateful. I've had some insane experiences. The fact that I'm making any money on social media at all is a huge blessing. But at the same time, I'm I can't even call it like scraping by. There's been weeks where instead of buying a $5 a fig bar thing, because usually in the morning before I go to the gym, try to get my fiber in, I eat a fig bar, right? $5 box of Fiber One fig bars. Sometimes I'll just go without for a month, just because it's something so trivial like $5. But in my head, I'm like, I can't spend that $5 because that has to go towards this bill or this has to go towards this trip, buying food on this trip. So I'm just not gonna buy that right now. I'll save money the next couple weeks. I make small purchases like that. I'll just totally ignore those small purchases, and it's like, which just sounds so stupid, like a box of fig bars, like, oh no, the world's ending. But it's not the point that it's the fig bars. It's not that I didn't get my fig bars and I'm so sad about it. It's that I'm cutting corners to the point where $5 is a no-go. I can't spend $5. You know what I mean? And then I'll get really, really motivated. I'm like, dude, if I post 3 times a week consistently for the rest of this year, I'm gonna have a reel blow up. I'm gonna make some money off of it. I'm gonna get some traction. I'm gonna have a brand reach out. Like, the whole manifesting thing, praying, and like whatever you believe in. Like, as long as I just keep consistent with it, one of these is gonna blow up. One of these is gonna do really well. It's gonna resonate with somebody. I'm gonna do great. All this worrying is gonna be done, and I'm gonna think it was so silly that I ever thought about quitting. But here I am. A good part of it is too, in the first video, I talked a lot about volunteering. Since I'm on the road 8 or 9 months out of the year minimum, I don't get a lot of time to volunteer, or a lot of the volunteering efforts that I used to do, they're usually during the summer when it's nice out, when people are out and about. A lot of the efforts that I know about personally don't go on during the winter. So I try to feature different charities and different organizations on my website, ghost-generation.com. I have a webpage on there called Ghost Generation Gives Back. I usually update it every month or every 2 months or so. Different organizations that are good for the community. In the past, I've done fundraisers for historical sites. I've done fundraisers for different like veterans-based organizations or suicide prevention organizations. But I mean, that kind of helps. It's cool seeing an impact in that vein online, but it's all online. You don't see the fruits of your labor in person. So over the summer, I joined the American Legion. If you guys are in the military, if you're a veteran, if you know someone who's a veteran or who is in the military, definitely recommend that you join the American Legion. They do great things in the community, and it's a good resource to have. There's a lot of, people who have been through similar or the same experiences that you could have gone through. So one of my big things of why I wanted to get into law enforcement, why I wanted to get into YouTube, is because you can help a huge amount of people, people that you see day to day in terms of law enforcement or YouTube, helping someone through a hard day, or making a video like this where maybe they can relate to something you're saying, helps them mull through something in their life or improves their mood, just distracts them for a little bit. You know what I mean? Like that's so cool to me. I remember being younger, having a rough day. Sometimes I would turn on a YouTube video and I forget about any stressors for even 20 minutes. Like that's amazing. I hope that I can do that for you guys. And this is kind of a heavy topic, so probably not this video, but it's just awesome. I love kind of giving back to what I used to take from. And life really has a way of beating you down when you're trying to really expand your horizons. Like, since I've started content creation, I've had the most expensive stuff happen. I flipped my car in 2021 coming home from a YouTube video with Exploring with Josh and Jake the Viking. I had car troubles after that. I had to redo my entire brake system. I've had a litany of different issues that have come up only in the time frame that I really started taking social media and content creation seriously. And again, I just want to reiterate, I'm not trying to sound ungrateful. I love the life that I lead. It's so amazing, but there are downsides to it. And it's very hard because, like I said, I've worked a 9 to 5. I'm still in the Army Reserves, which, only 1 week in a month or 2 weeks out of the year, whatever. But like every job is going to have its downsides, is what I'm trying to say, basically. Like, yes, I don't do physical labor for content creation. I'm not out on a sales floor from 8 to 4 like I used to be with Polo or J. Crew or whatever. But at the same time, these things that I think about every single day, sometimes I'll just lay in bed at night like, man, I just filmed a video. I did X amount of hours on a live stream. I didn't end up making any money. It was fun. I had some great times with everybody in the chat. I had some crazy clips that I can make, but I didn't make any money. Like, I have this bill coming up. This just happened with my car. We're going on this trip and I have to pay for food. What am I going to do? And please don't take this as like a cry for money. Like, again, you guys are incredibly generous. I'm incredibly grateful to have you guys as my supporters because you always go all out. Whether it's liking the videos, whether it's sharing the videos, making sure you're subscribed, and making sure you're in live streams, even subscribing on all the platforms I talked about earlier. You guys do way more than I would have ever expected. And as I said previously, you're the only reason that I can continue doing content creation. It's all because of your generosity. But at the end of the day, I'm 22, 23 soon, and I'm worried. I'm worried that I'm going to do content creation for another 6 months, another year, another 2 years, 3 years even. What if I wait all this time for one of the videos to blow up? What if I wait X amount of time, insert a number, and it doesn't end up paying off? I could have spent all this time that I've spent on social media, on content creation, really grinding in the gym, maybe going back to 2 days. I could have finished my degree that I'm going back to school for right now. Fun fact, Homeland Security and Emergency Management. But I could have spent all this time grinding out in another subject matter, in another field. I could have 3 years in another job. I could have changed my MOS. I could have gone to this school. I could have done that. But who knows? So as of right now, I'm going to continue with content creation. Going into 2025, I have no immediate plans to quit content creation, to quit Haunted Nights, anything like that. But at the same time, I'm going to have to make some tough decisions coming up. If I want to change my MOS in the Army, if I want to change my job in the Army, that's going to take multiple months away from, my plans or my year. If I continue with content creation for another 6 months, another year, another 2 years, and I still don't see a return, I'm still going through this struggle of trying to save $5 here, trying to save $2 there. I don't know what I'm going to be able to do because I understand a lot of people are struggling, just nationwide, worldwide, people are struggling, right? But the fact that I'm cutting out $5 here, $2 there, I can't pay for an issue. I don't have a credit card. I don't want to get a credit card because I don't know if I'm going to be able to pay it off. It's so volatile. You know what I mean? Like, and another layer of it that's really frustrating to me is when I really started YouTube, some of my family wasn't too into it because they're like, how are you going to make money on social media? And that was back when TikTok was doing really well for us. We were really consistent on TikTok. It was great. And they're like, okay, you proved us wrong. You got us. And, I made some purchases that were probably kind of dumb. I got the WWE belt, whatever, stupid purchase. I could have saved money on that. But at the same time, it's like, I feel like you have to treat yourself sometimes. You know what I mean? But the part that really annoys me is growing up, I watched my family struggle to pay bills and struggle to scrape by. And I thought social media was going to be the thing. We have all these insane connections that I would have never dreamed we've had. I thought social media was going to be a shoe-in sort of thing, similar to West Point, if you remember the West Point story previously on the channel. I thought social media was just like straight line up, we're good. This is going to be my career. It's going to work out. Everything's going to pan out. So I thought, finally, I'm going to be able to help my parents out with stuff. I'm going to improve our quality of life and go from there. But that's just not what's happening. So if you can relate to anything, let me know down below. Again, I'm going to say it one last time. I've probably said it 15 times already. I'm not trying to sound ungrateful because I do lead a very awesome, interesting life. Your generosity and your support over the past 3.5, 4 years has been incredible, and it's the only reason that I've been able to continue with content creation. But at the same time, I don't want to spend too much time waiting for one video or one live stream or, something big to happen for it to all make sense. Because the reality of the game is that content creation isn't for everybody. There's only a finite number of viewers, there's only so much time in a day. There's going to be creators that unfortunately just don't make it, and that's just how life goes. I wish I could just like have a magic 8 ball, look into it. What am I doing in 5 years? Am I still doing YouTube, or am I full time in the military? Am I working at a three-letter agency? Am I working in a law enforcement agency? What am I doing? And talking about anxiety in the first video, that's where a lot of my anxiety today comes from because I don't know what's going to happen. Maybe I am going to continue with YouTube. Maybe I keep at it for another 6 months or I keep at it for another year. We do have a video that blows up, or it all starts to make sense. Or I spend the next 2 years waiting for it all to make sense for us to be able to make money to, take checks from YouTube, and it just doesn't work out. Because the reality of it is that time keeps moving. Whether I sit here and I wait for something amazing to happen or not, time is going to keep moving, and if I just sit here and wait, it's going to leave me behind. All right, I think I'm done yapping. It's definitely good that I refilmed this because this is way more concise than my last video that I filmed at Lake George. Um, if you guys can relate to anything I've said in this video, make sure you drop a comment down below. Let me know your thoughts. And again, thank you guys for all the support over the past 3, 4 years, however long we've been live streaming now. Because we started on Instagram doing live streams up the homestead before we even started YouTube. YouTube is going to be 3 years of content creation over there this spring. So it's been an insane ride. Time has flown by. I feel like since I graduated high school, feels like 20 minutes, but years have just flown by. And while you're down there dropping a comment, make sure you drop a like, subscribe if you're new, and watch a couple other videos. We're on the road to monetization for this channel, and I don't know, man. It's frustrating because I've had multiple once-in-a-lifetime opportunities. Being on TV with Destination Fear twice, being on Sam and Colby 7 times, working with all the other content creators we've been able to meet, exploring with Josh, Kalani, Paranormal Files, you know the list. It's multiple once in a lifetime opportunities I've been afforded that I never thought I would ever have, but maybe it's just not meant for me. But again, thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you kind of enjoyed this video in some way. Maybe it helped you kind of think about some things in your own life, got you thinking a little bit. But this is the second episode of my New Year's Vlogs series. If you haven't seen the first video, make sure you go back and watch the past vlog. This is the present vlog talking about, the current day for me, my mindset and my thoughts going into everything. Next week's video, dropping on New Year's Day, is the future vlog. I'm doing something on camera I've never done before, so make sure you tune into that one. It's going to be awesome. I'm pretty excited for it. Going to be filming that here at the end of the week. If you guys are celebrating Christmas, I hope you have an awesome time with family or friends today or whenever you're watching this. If you're not, I hope you have a great holiday season, and I hope the new year treats you well. I will see you guys in 1 week's time, 11:11 a.m. Eastern. Have a good one.